What is up, you guys, and welcome back to episode 2 of NCAA Imperialism, where we see which team will take over the entire country. And in the last episode, we had Oregon winning, Colorado winning, Texas Tech winning, Alabama winning, and Marshall winning. Also, Illinois winning. I forgot about that one. But today, let's see who will be able to take some more territory. Now, we only have 120 teams left. And that seems like a lot, and it sure is a lot. So let's see what we can do. And the first team to attempt is TCU, our second team in Texas. Let's see who they will be playing today. TCU will be heading a little northeast. Let's see who that will be. And if I do look at the arrow, it looks like it will be pointing to Baylor. So let's have a Big 12 matchup in our first game of this episode. And in this holy war, we will be having TCU Horned Frogs take on the Baylor Bears. Let's see who will come off top of this Big 12 matchup. And at the half, it looks like TCU is taking out their frustration of losing to Georgia in the national championship on the number 10 Baylor Bears, because they are up 30-7. And I think this one's going to be a blowout. And this game wasn't even particularly close, as TCU hammers Baylor 49-17. And with that, the Baylor Bears have officially been eliminated, as TCU absolutely destroys them and takes over their land in Waco, Texas. And the next team that is going to try to take some land will be the Iowa State Cyclones. Now let's see where they're going to be headed. Looks like they're going to be going northwest. So the arrow is very much pointing this way. So it looks like Iowa State gets lucky and just gains some land by themselves, not having to do anything, and they will be taking over South Dakota. They now have a big piece of chunk of land without even having to do anything. And the next team that's looking for a big chunk of land is going to be the Appalachian State Mountaineers, and let's see who they're going to be facing today. Looks like they are going to be going a little southwest. Let's see who that will be. Appalachian State going southwest will be Georgia Tech. So it looks like Appalachian State will be heading into Atlanta to see if they can get a victory today. If I am being completely honest, I think Georgia Tech winning this game would probably be the upset, because I think Appalachian State is a lot better than Georgia Tech, in my opinion. I don't like Georgia Tech, so I mean, that's probably why I think that. So let's see if Georgia Tech can upset them. Georgia Tech will have a 10-point lead going into halftime. And it looks like that Georgia Tech might pull away from this one. They have the ball and driving. It is 40-17. And I think Georgia Tech is actually going to beat Appalachian State pretty handedly. And I was correct, as Appalachian State gets smoked 40-23, and Georgia Tech will have some land in North Carolina. So Georgia Tech will be getting some land in North Carolina, as they handedly beat Appalachian State. And now for the next team that's looking to take some territory, it will be the UCLA Bruins. Let's see who they will be facing and trying to take. Looks like they will be heading northeast. So northeast for the UCLA Bruins, looks like it's going to be Fresno State. And in our next game, we have the upsetted-minded Fresno State taking on the UCLA Bruins. Since I am a USC fan, or they're my second favorite team, I do not like UCLA, so I am pulling for Fresno State in this one. It is a back and forth game here at halftime, as UCLA has a 3-point lead. Let's see if Fresno State can pull within or get the lead, or if UCLA blows this one out of the water. And Fresno State is down 10 with a minute left. Let's see if they can pull a drive together. Let's see if they can make a miraculous comeback. And oh wow, he got out of it and threw a dart for a big gain. Holy crap, that was amazing. That is a screen pass that is blown up. It's going to be 4th and 6. And I think this might do it, you guys. I think Fresno State is out of chances. Maybe not. He gets out of bounds. There's still only less than 30 seconds left to score 2 times, but hey, you never know. And he's gonna get sacked. So that's gonna end the game. All UCLA has to do is take the knee and they get more of California. UCLA will be taking over Fresno State's territory, and Fresno State has been eliminated, and now USC, San Jose State have to go through UCLA to get anywhere because Fresno State is out of contention. And let's see who the next team is to try to take some more territory. It will be the ECU, East Carolina Pirates. Now let's see where they're gonna head. East Carolina Pirates are going to be heading northwest. And for the East Carolina Pirates, going northwest will be Old Dominion. Let's see if ECU can get into Virginia territory or if Old Dominion get into North Carolina territory. And in this matchup, we have the Old Dominion Monarchs facing off against the East Carolina Pirates. Let's see who can get a win out of these two teams that I particularly do not care for. And at halftime, the Old Dominion Monarchs have taken a 21-14 lead. They were down 14-0 at one point in this game, and they came back and took the lead, 21 unanswered points. And he almost does another interception. It's going to be 4th and 10. They're going to have to go for it. If they don't get it here, it's going to be over. And they run a screen. Let's see if it works. It's not going to work. They were extremely close, but I think that's going to do it. And the Monarchs ended up scoring a last-minute touchdown, but it still wasn't enough as they fall to ECU 33-28, and ECU will take over some territory in Virginia. As of right now, Virginia is getting dismantled right in front of our eyes as there are only 2 teams left in Virginia Tech and Virginia, as ECU has taken over the east coast of Virginia. And let's see who is the next person trying to take some land. It looks like it is going to be the University of Northern Las Vegas. Let's see who they have to play. And it looks like they are going to be going as southeast. And going southeast will pit them against the Arizona State Sun Devils. If Arizona State can get this win, no team in Nevada will be left. And the next matchup will be the Arizona State Sun Devils taking on the University of Northern Las Vegas Rebels. Let's see if the UNLV can get our first upset of the game. I don't think they will, but hey, you never know. You gotta fear the fort. It currently is a 10-point game, which is a lot more surprising because it was 24-0 at one point. Let's see if UNLV can get some stops here. And it looks like they, oh my god, that man just got trucked, and he's going to take it all the way into the end zone. So I do believe that that is it. Arizona State just manhandled that entire defense. And just like I said, after that one touchdown, the game has ended at 38-21, and Arizona State is going to take the last half of Las Vegas, and no more teams in Nevada will be in Nevada. With that victory, Arizona State has taken the last piece of Nevada, and now they share Nevada with Oregon. Yeah, or Nevada, as they have been taken over completely, as UNLV has now been eliminated. And the next team up is going to be the Colorado Buffaloes. So our first repeat of this series, as Colorado is going to look to take some more land. And the Colorado Buffaloes will be heading southwest. And it was almost close to being a repeat twice, as Arizona State was almost there, but it looks like Colorado is going to have to get through BYU to get to Arizona State. Let's see if Colorado can get more territory and be the first team to get 2 territories, or will BYU get all of Colorado's territory. See, this is where it gets interesting, because if BYU wins, they get Colorado and Colorado State. So it's gonna be a big game here. And in this matchup, the upset-minded Buffalo are going to be taking on the BYU Cougars. Let's see if we can get our first upset of the series, which we have not had yet. And at halftime, it is only a 6-point game. Let's see if Colorado can pull off the upset. And just like that, BYU has put this game out of hand. Colorado did make it interesting at the end by scoring 13 points in the fourth quarter, but it was too much to overcome as they lose by 10 to BYU, and BYU is the first team to pick up territory of a team that has already had extra territory. So with that win, BYU has taken 2 territories after beating Colorado and has a huge chunk of land after winning 1 game, because Colorado has been ill. And who will be the next team to try to take more territory? It is going to be our second repeat, as Georgia Tech is going to try to take more territory. And where will Georgia Tech end up going? It looks like they are going to go northeast. This is a part where most people would think I would probably go to Wake Forest, but we are staying where their logo is, so they are going to be going to take on Georgia. Now let's see if Georgia Tech can get an upset in Athens against the top dogs in the Georgia Bowl. And here comes the Georgia Bulldogs that are going to try to avoid an upset today. They are the top dogs, so they're hoping to not be the first upset, because I've recorded this once already and I lost all the footage, and Georgia did lose to Georgia Tech, so I don't think they want to do that again. And at the start of the 4th quarter, it is currently tied 20-20. Georgia Tech has an upset in mind for sure. And Georgia Tech is going to come out throwing the ball instead of running it, and they are going to get a sack, as they're going to call a timeout with 2 minutes left. Let's see if they can get a stop here and try to score again. That's going to be a quarterback draw, which is a ballsy play. 3rd and 5. Georgia uses their second timeout. I wish I still had the other game, because Georgia recovered an onside kick and since Bennett threw a game-losing interception. But we have to stick with this one as Georgia Tech chucks it down, and it is incomplete. Looked like it's going to be an interception, but with 2 minutes left, Georgia still has the chance to come and tie this game up. Pass wide open on a curl route. They are now in red zone. Let's see if they can hurry up and get a touchdown here. With 35 seconds left, they're going to throw the ball. Bennett has all day, and he gets into the end zone as the Georgia Bulldogs will tie the game. Now let's see if Georgia Tech can do anything in 30 seconds. If not, we're going to overtime. And he's going to get a sack, and he fumbles it, but Georgia does not fall on it. It's going to be 4th and 17. Georgia almost had a chance to end the game if they would have picked up that fumble. It's a read option, and the quarterback keeps it and takes it into the end zone. So now Georgia is going to have to answer with a touchdown of their own. So no matter what, Georgia has to score a touchdown here to avoid being the first upset of the series. And it's a screen pass. He's going to be wide open, and he's going to take it all the way into the end zone. On the first play of the game, Milton takes the screen into the end zone, and we're going to go to double overtime. And Georgia fumbles the ball on offense. So now all Georgia Tech needs to do is kick a field goal to get the upset and knock Georgia out completely. And they are losing yards. So it's 3rd and 14. This might not even be as easy of a field goal as we think it would be. They're going to throw a screen to try to get those 4 yards back, and they get extra yards. So it looks like, I don't know why they're celebrating, because all Georgia Tech has to do is hit this field goal, and they're going to upset the number 3 Georgia Bulldogs and take more land. And the kick is up, and it is no good. It's off the upright, so we are going to triple overtime. Holy crap, I did not see that coming. Georgia survives. Triple overtime, baby. Let's see what we can do here. It's a draw play on 3rd and 9, and it looks like Georgia's going to hold Georgia Tech to a field goal here. This kick is up, and it is good this time, and Georgia just needs a touchdown, and they will avoid the upset. And on 3rd and 12, they run a quarterback draw, and it's going to be 4th and 13. And if they make this field goal, we're going to quadruple overtime. But if he misses, the game is over. Let's see how this game ends right now. Kick is up, and it is good. We are going to quadruple overtime. So on 3rd and 19, Stinson Bennett is gonna get sacked. That pushes them way out of field goal range. So what are they gonna do on 4th and 25? Are they just gonna try to get the field goal or try and pick up the first down here? That was a huge mistake by Bennett. You cannot eat a sack there. They're gonna go for it. It's 4th and 25. It will take a miracle to convert this. He launches it and it is caught, and they are not going to get it. All Georgia Tech needs to do is kick a field goal here to do the upset, but we were saying that in our second overtime, and here we are in our 4th. And they're going to throw the ball for some. Okay, he tucks and keeps and gets even closer. It's going to be 1st and 10. Are they going to kick a field goal here, or are they going to try to get into the end zone? It looks like they're going to try to get into the end zone. They got upset yesterday when I recorded it, and they got upset again. I guess that's just what the game wanted. Georgia Tech gets the touchdown, and they are going to win finally after 4 overtimes and upset the Georgia Bulldogs. It's meant to be, Georgia. I'm sorry, but you had the home field advantage, and Georgia Tech will be the first team to take 2 territories themselves as they finally win a quadruple overtime. And with that, Georgia Tech takes another chunk of land. They are in Tennessee, and they are also taking over half of Georgia as they upset the Georgia Bulldogs, and UGA has been eliminated. And who is going to be our next team to take on and try to get some more territory? It looks like it will be Penn State. Let's see who they have to face. And it looks like they are going to be going southeast. And southeast is Maryland. Let's see if they can get a Big Ten matchup win and take all of Maryland, or some of Maryland, because I forgot Navy is also in Maryland. And in this matchup, the Maryland Terrapins will be taking on the Penn State Nittany Lions. We already had one upset. Let's see if Maryland can pull off the next. And at the start of the 4th quarter, Penn State is up huge, so we'll probably just sim this one out. And like I said, they were up huge. They win 35-21. And with that, Penn State has taken over most of Maryland after beating the Maryland Terrapins. And now Maryland is eliminated. And who is going to be our next team? It will be the Charlotte 49ers. And the Charlotte 49ers will be facing northeast. The Charlotte 49ers right here going northeast and going into UNC. And the next game we got is the Charlotte 49ers against UNC, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to be simming the rest of this because I don't think Charlotte even has a chance to pull off this upset. And just like I thought, yeah, they had no trouble with them, but Charlotte did put up 21 points, which is surprising. I thought it was going to be a shutout, but UNC gets a victory 51-21, which means North Carolina is going to take the territory of Charlotte 49ers. And unfortunately for them, Charlotte, you have been eliminated. And let's see what our last matchup is going to be. Let's see if it's going to be an interesting one or if it's just going to be another blowout, as it looks like Buffalo will be taking on a team. Let's see who it is. Let's see who they will be playing. Looks like they're going to be going southeast. Who will that be? Southeast for Buffalo is Temple. And this is already a rivalry game between the Temple Owls and the Buffalo Buffaloes. I think that's their name. I don't really know, but let's see who comes out on top of this rivalry today. With under 2 minutes left, Buffalo needs to get a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie the game to go into overtime, and I pray to God that that does not happen. On 4th and 6, let's see if Buffalo can convert here. There's a flag. Offensive pass interference, so that should end the game, hopefully. And on our last game of this episode, Temple will win 15-7 to take up some territory in New York. And now Temple has taken over Buffalo. and has taken some territory in New York as they now own it, and Buffalo has been eliminated. And as we take a look at the map, Texas Tech still looks like they have the biggest area right now, but Oregon is fighting for the biggest. We have Georgia Tech that has taken 2 areas. North Carolina has taken 1. Temple has just taken Buffalo. And I believe Arizona State took Nevada, the lower half of Nevada. UCLA took San Diego State. Georgia Tech took 2, as I said. And BYU took Colorado, who had Colorado State. So this is what the map looks like currently. And we will have another 10 teams in the next episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode as much as I enjoyed making it, and I cannot wait to see y'all in the next one. Peace.